So I want to make a video about things to consider when before you move. So let's say you may have gotten a new job, or your lease may be ending soon, or maybe um, you just got the opportunity to work from home and you decided to move into a different area. Whatever the case is, this video will help you to kind of make some good decisions when it comes to how you move and when you move, right? So first thing I wanted to do is confirm the length of your lease or the term. So you may have a lease that has 6 months or 12 months or 18 months. You need to understand how long the lease is that you're going to be moving. So if you're going to be renting versus closing on a house and buying it, you need to consider the lease length, right? So verify your move-in date and move-out dates, and check on any fees that could be related to like early termination or renewal. You need to contact your electric company. So for different places, you have different ones to contact. So let's say for an apartment, you may just have to contact the electric or maybe the gas. Maybe the water and waste are like handled through the apartment already, but you need to know who is the major provider for your area. So typically in like Florida and some of the middle states, you're gonna have Duke Energy. In like some of the southern states, you may have Southern Gas. You have Georgia Power in Georgia. You just need to kind of have a general idea of who's gonna be the energy provider. So you have also have AES, that's in Indianapolis. So yeah, it's just to know, you need to know who is gonna be the energy provider, and they're gonna be able to help you with that. If you're moving to an apartment, you also need to know if your Wi-Fi is gonna be uh, like done as a part of your rent, or you're gonna have to get your own Wi-Fi. In some cases, if it's done in bulk, they may provide both Wi-Fi and cable, or it may be a case where they provide one. So maybe just Wi-Fi, and you have the option to add cable. But you need to be careful with this also, because if it's a case where they do provide Wi-Fi, you need to make sure that it is the Wi-Fi that is the highest speed. If you are someone that, like, let's say works from home and you need a high speed, you need to know that the speed they're going to be working with. So a good way to check on the Wi-Fi available in your area, you go to our website at Broadband Now. You can just type in your new zip code on your new address, and you'll be able to find the best. You'll be able to find what's available. All right, and they'll like give you like pricing and all of that, so that gives you a little bit of an edge out there. So you need to check for the available Wi-Fi providers. So this is also important too. So if you're going to be moving somewhere, one of the things that people don't really consider is this place that I'm moving to, let's say moving somewhere that's really remote, what providers are showing up. So typically in a remote place, you're going to have something like you're not even seeing it here, but typically there's this one that's called Earthlink. So all right, let's Earthlink. Let's see if it shows up here. All right, so it's a provider called Earthlink. They've been around for since like the 90s, late 90s, but they are the ones that typically show up when you don't have um, any other options, or HughesNet, which would be another option. So HughesNet is a satellite internet provider, but that's more if you're going to move somewhere remote. Those would be options that you'd have to consider. Otherwise, let's say you're an older person and you need to move, right? You need to also consider how you're gonna be moving, if the boxes and everything, and like the installation of like your let's say your TV or other devices and stuff like that. There's this company called Hello Tech that actually helps with that. So they help with installing your TVs, mounting computer repairs and all that. You can look into this. If you want me to like put out links for each of these under the video, let me know. But I'm gonna, just wanna kind of give you like a general understanding of things you need to consider. So next thing too, if you're gonna need to like get your boxes and the tape and all that, and the like bubble wrap. What I'll suggest you do when you're doing this, when you're doing the packing up, kinda set everything in like if you when you're packing up the boxes, kind of have everything written down, like you can have like a general room name, so where everything kind of goes, so it's easier for you to kind of pack out when you get to the new place. So you don't have to like be wondering what this box is, what that box is, just kind of put a name on each box that's like to the general room it's going to be in. It's going to be easier for you to pack out later. All right, you need to look into getting like the movers and like renting a truck, or if you're going to be doing like, let's say you're going to be moving bit by bit, you can also all right. So if you're gonna be moving bit by bit, you need to consider like how far this place actually is. If you want to be moving day by day, or you want to move like, let's say a couple of days out of the week, you do some of the move, because gas is expensive, so you want to make sure that you're planning for that, because you don't want to incur another charge while trying to avoid paying for the movers. So this would also be an issue. Let's say you have a lease that's not really expiring yet, but you want to get everything over to the new place before that. You need to consider, how you're gonna be doing your moving. If you're gonna move bit by bit, or you're gonna move over time. So I can also make like videos going into each part more in depth. There was this one right here where you need to like change your address. So you can change your address at the postal service, postal service, your bank, and your credit card companies. So why this is important? When you move, remember that your bank, your credit card and stuff is still gonna be like, when you're making purchases, it's gonna be the name of your old apartment or your old address. So to make it a bit easier on you, you can always just update those so that you don't have to be like having to put both addresses, like your new service address and um, new bank account, but your old bank account address, or your bank or credit card address, right? That makes it a bit easier for you. So you get these updated also. All right, so keep a toolkit also handy, and I'd say like keep a medical kit also handy, because when you lift boxes and everything, you may like get your hands may get like sore, or they may need to be like dressed or something like that. So just get those sorted out. All right, so another thing you may need to consider too is home security. So what does home security look like? So home security is typically gonna be your ring camera or some other, so ring camera or your home security system. You may need to know if your security provider you currently have, if you have one, is available at the new address you're going to be moving to. If it is available, then you can always maybe have that transferred, or you may need to set up new service if it's different rules based on if you're moving to a different state, right? They may have different rules for that state, so you may have to talk to them if you have a current one, or if you're going to be looking into security companies. Ones that I've found that are typically going to be almost everywhere is Vivint Smart Home. They typically help on the side of like apartment renters, and you can look into ADT for home renters. So ADT and Vivint, all right, homeowners for, yeah, Vivint also. Otherwise, after the move, you need to inspect the home, document any damage and maintenance to immediately to the landlord, or whoever is in charge of that. You need to look into your insurance and all of that, and note anything that need to be fixed, right? Get familiar with like your local stores, where your gyms are, your parks, restaurants, especially because you want to know where the food is. Research waste collections schedules, local regulations for trash and recycling, change locks if allowed, confirm with landlord. So with this now, um, all right. There's something else I wanted to show. So, all right, let's say you're moving to a homeowners association area. They may have their own rules regarding some of this. So they may have their own rules when it comes on to which Wi-Fi you can use. They may have their own rules when it comes on to uh, which security company you can use, which water company, because they may have like already got contracts with these companies, so you may need to use theirs specifically, or it may incur a fine. So yeah, you may be fined for that. If it's a case where you need like special approval, maybe because of your work, just try to make sure you get approval. That's so you don't want to get yourself into any trouble. So this extends to like, let's say people living in nursing homes or some gated communities. It's pretty similar, so you may need to like check into who they approve for use, because they may have certain contracts that may even make you get like the service cheaper. So you can always look into that and maybe save yourself a bit of a headache. Otherwise, yeah, okay. So for like people are moving to like Georgia, you may need to look into what providers are available for gas, because a lot of the places do require gas service. Not all, but some need like gas. So with gas, there are typically three providers mainly I see on my end. So it's Canada Energy, Gas South, and Georgia Natural Gas. So how gas is measured in is therm. So it's THERM. So therm is how the gas is measured, all right, per therm. So you may see, I must put writing it here, but like, so you might see like 0.56 per therm, right? That's how it's measured, and each of them has their own like contracts. So depending on your lease that you have, so if it's a 6 month lease or if it's gonna be like a 12-month lease, you can get a different contract with them based on your needs. So if you have a 12-month lease with your let's say your apartment, you can always get a 12 months on the gas, because you don't want to be out of gas. And so this is one of the things you need to kind of be aware of, because you don't want to get into the new place and then need gas and not have gas. That's pretty much the basics. I'll say I can always like go into each of these and like expand on them, but that kind of gives you like a general overview. So for, let's just recap. So first, you need to know the length of your lease and the terms that are going to be on it. If it's going to be a case where your Wi-Fi is going to be included, you need to know the speed of that Wi-Fi if it's important to you, or if you just want the basic Wi-Fi, it could be a non-issue for you. You need to know your moving date, your move out date for your old place, any fees that come with that. You need to contact you if it's your electric or gas, your water company, if that's required. If it's an apartment, typically it's going to be your electric, maybe gas, or one or the other. If there are any transferable, like if there are any fees for transferring or scheduling steps, setups, I'd recommend getting these set up either the day you move or the day before you move. So there's no like, if you're moving in, let's say you have to move in early in the morning, you don't want to be a case where you're moved in and you don't have the service, or you have to be like calling trying to see when the service is going to be started. Check into who's available for your Wi-Fi and cable providers. So you can go to somewhere like Broadband Now that gives you like a breakdown. You can just put in your zip code and it's gonna give you, you know, an idea of that. So these are not the only Wi-Fi providers available. Some communities may have like local providers too. You can also look into. As I mentioned, if it's a case where you're moving somewhere that has like low support, maybe you have to use something like Earthlink. So Earthlink, give me a second here. Let me see if I can type it in. Earthlink. Mm. All right, so this is Earthlink. Let's see. So it's been around since '90s. Yeah, 1997. All right, so it's been around a while. So you can look into Earthlink. They do have fiber in some places too, so that makes it a bit easier. Yeah, and you also want to look into if your Wi-Fi is gonna be fiber or if it's gonna be cable or coaxial cable. So what that means is if it's gonna be fiber, all right, let's save that for another video. So it it's just remember that it matters speed wise. If you're interested in speed, if you're going to be working, then you may want to look into fiber or cable. AT&T is typically fiber. Verizon Fios is fiber. Earthlink is sometimes fiber. Spectrum isn't really fiber, they're cable. Xfinity is gonna be cable. Cox is sometimes fiber, I think, also. Yeah. I may do a video into like how much Wi-Fi you actually need versus like the prices and all that, because some of the things you need to consider, like if you have a Wi-Fi, if you have a like a if you have a security system you're gonna be bringing with you to the new place, it mean that you're gonna need a higher level of support, because like with houses now, a lot of the stuff in the house is gonna be actually needing Wi-Fi. So let's type in internet of things. that a Internet of Things? All right, that's going away too. Um, all right, I wanted to just type in like things in home, in home, because you have smart homes now, right? And but automation, all that. So that can be connected to Wi-Fi. So it may be like your fridge, it may be maybe even your washer dryer, your central heating may also be connected to Wi-Fi. Everything can be connected to the Wi-Fi. So like smart home security system. Um, sorry, my wife is having a bit of a sneezing fit. But anyways, so like smart lights also, you know, smart thermostats to control like the temperature on the place, smart plugs and outlets. So you need to understand like the Wi-Fi that's available. You need to understand if it's able to, if you're gonna get the Wi-Fi, you may need to get like a gig Wi-Fi. Typically that's what I recommend, because a lot of the stuff that we don't really consider, unless it's the case that you just have the basic. But if you're gonna be like getting like any additional stuff, like it's gonna be connected to the Wi-Fi, you may need to consider all these, so that like the smart home assistants and speakers, smart home entertainment devices, so your TVs, your HVAC and air quality devices, smart home hubs and controllers, smart kitchen devices, smart garden. So you see, it keeps going. So there's a lot of stuff that you can actually add, so like your smart health and fitness devices, all of these. But yeah, so you got a general idea. I don't want to keep you here too long. I hope this video was helpful. If there's any questions you have or anything you want me to like expand on, like like, all right, so there's even this thing that's called what's it called again? Home serve. So home serve, right? All right. So home serve is this company that helps to repair or replace a lot of your home devices. So they help with uh, surge protection. They help with um, home wiring. They help with they help with plumbing. So like let's say your water heater gets damaged, they give you a certain amount towards that. So what this is it pretty much helps on the side of getting certain uh, things in the home protected up to a point. So let's say instead of you having to come out of pocket to have to worry about those expenses, it does help to kind of help to save you a bit in. And I've actually talked to people that it does actually help to, it even pays for itself, because pretty much what you're going to be doing is like you're going to have like a subscription. And let's say if it does happen that your water heater does go bad, they help to either repair or replace that based on your needs. So if it maybe you want a more expensive water heater than what it's covered, you can always look into how much they're gonna give you based on the plan you subscribe to, and then you can always work from there. But it's typically like a 30-day waiting period for repairs. But yeah, it helps. So plans from HomeServe offer low cost home warranty and home repair options to help you with the expense and inconvenience of covered emergency home repairs. Yeah. So yeah, you can always look into that also. That's pretty much it. I may like make a PDF that goes over a lot of this stuff. I don't know. Let me know if you want me to like make something like that. Otherwise, yeah. So I hope that your move goes well. You may be excited now, or feeling anxious, or you may be feeling just want to get the move over with. But or a mix of all of those. But just take it day by day, and make sure everything goes through properly. You don't want to be a case where you move across the country, or you move somewhere and you make a misstep and have to you know painfully go through that process. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the video. I hope this was helpful in some way. You know your Wi-Fi, you know your utility, you know um, companies that help with the moving process. So yeah, may make a PDF. I was considering doing one here, but this one is kind of bare bones. So I may make like a better version. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, I hope everything move goes well. I guess. All right.